Hey everybody, Todd Vandermeid back for another edition of Freedom Steel. And today's going to be just a little bit different, and we're going to be talking about the NRA Board elections. So, more after the intro. Hey everybody, Todd Vandermeid, former NRA contract lobbyist, Illinois gun law guru, the gun Santa, tactical Santa as they say it on Reddit. But hey, today it's election day. It's early in the morning as I'm getting ready to depart for SHOT Show. And the good news about today is we are uninstalling Joe Biden. Hence, I'm wearing my No Mo Joe hat from years ago. There's a story behind the hat. We'll get to that some other day. But, anyways, with all that, some of you may know I'm running for the board of directors for the National Rifle Association. And I'm doing so because with Wayne LaPierre being gone and the Friends of Wayne and what's left, we think that there is now a really good chance to get a bunch of reformers on the board of directors, and with that, have the ability to truly turn the NRA into the 800-pound gorilla that it has the potential to be. You've seen Giffords and the Trace and all kinds of people running around beating their chest how they took down the NRA and all that BS. Well, what I'm here to tell you is that if we get a reform slate of candidates elected and we oust a bunch of the people that were there that were helping Wayne line his pockets and didn't say anything, if we get a real reform group that has a not just a working majority but a true majority, if not almost a super majority of the board, then we can turn the NRA into the behemoth that the other side would truly fear. And not just a paper tiger. And so with that, I'm running for the board of directors. And I hooked up with Rocky Marshall, one of the reformers who was elected last time. Rocky helped me hook into the reform slate. Rocky has been very supportive because I come to this from a lobbyist and a litigation perspective. We spent, as the NRA, $200 million on this Brewer law firm trying to fight the New York lawsuit and keep Wayne out of jail. Well, Wayne didn't go to jail. He did pay us back over $4 million that the court found he fleeced the NRA members out of. But imagine what would have happened if we'd have taken that $200 million and you put half of it into politics and elections, and you put half of it into litigation. Now, I think SAF and FPC have done a decent job of carrying the flag and filling in the gap. And what's that old axiom that nature abhors a vacuum? And there was a vacuum in some of these areas in terms of litigation. Now, I was part of NRA litigation when we tackled the city of Chicago in the parallel suit to McDonald, and the NRA suit was heard in conjunction with McDonald at the Supreme Court, and we ended up having the city of Chicago and Oak Park pay us $1.2 million in attorney's fees. That's when Paul Clement got divided time alongside Alan Gura to argue in McDonald because the NRA was part of that suit. And I worked to bring up the Kerry lawsuit in Illinois back in the day because I thought with Illinois' complete and total ban, we were ripe and we won. We won at the appellate court level, and therefore Illinois was forced to pass the Kerry law. And on and on. And now we're in litigation over the Illinois gun ban, the semi-auto ban. And what I think is missing in some of this is a three-dimensional, a strategic plan in how to build off of this. That's why the lawsuit that I've been helping on with FFL Illinois down in the Southern District, they were the only ones to tackle right to repair. They're the only ones to tackle registration. And I think that that's that three-dimensional game that's missing. If we can win right to repair, that sets us on a footpath and a prelude to these erroneous so-called ghost gun laws that we can take down by building on a foundation. Likewise, I've been in talks with people about what the VA does in putting people into the NICS system and having them administratively declared mentally incompetent or having a defect to where because somebody else handles their finances, they end up being a prohibited person, completely administrative. I think Rahimi cuts to this. I've done a very extensive memo on this. I haven't wanted to go into great detail on this because I'd rather see decent litigators get their hands on this and deal with this instead of just some slapshot lawyer thinking he's going to make a name for himself. And with that, I just don't, if we were to pursue that and if we were to be successful, I think it tackles red flag laws. Not only that, I think it tackles every person who's ever had a permit to purchase or permit to carry adjudicated in an administrative fashion. And I think I'll explain that in another video, but once we get a little farther down this road, that is three-dimensional thinking, four-dimensional thinking when it comes to litigation as to how we're going to tackle this stuff to build the foundation and just not pick after some cheesy, low-hanging fruit. I think all of it's important. I just think that there are bigger fish to fry that set up bigger precedents. And with 4 years of Trump coming at us, I think we need to take advantage of that as much as we can. And if we had spent $100 million of that money we spent on Brewer on actual true 2A litigation, I think we would be in a very different world. I think we would be tackling things in a different way. And I don't see that. And so my goal, if elected to the board of directors, is to get on the Ledge Policy Committee, to get on the Legal Affairs Committee, even though I'm not a lawyer, because I think we need a different perspective when it comes to some of the stuff. I don't think blue states should be left behind. I think we should be putting money in there, and when we run election campaigns or when we get into an election, I think there should be some sharp elbows and bare knuckles when it comes to the type of messaging that we put out there and what we tell people what they really did. There are ways of talking about guns to where we don't have to talk about guns, but we can cause a lot of people a whole lot of heartburn in the way we frame issues. So the ballots are going to be coming out in the NRA magazines later this month. And there are 28 people running on a reform slate. The link will be below. And with that, I really hope that all of my subscribers and followers that see this, if you're still an NRA member that's eligible to vote, you've been a 5-year member for 5 consecutive years, you are a life member, then please, if you would check my name on the ballot box and the other people that are on the reform slate, and I'll throw a picture up so you know what the website looks like. But with that, guys like John Richardson, I nominated John, and John ran by a petition just in case, and the nominating committee came back and did select him, so he's duly nominated, but he's a true reformer. John runs the No Lawyers, Only Guns and Money blog, and we've been friends for going on 20 years. But the only way we're going to change things, if you want an NRA, that in my mind is a bigger version of GOA and the things that we can get done, because NRA was the only group that put lobbyists in all 50 states. They had me working here in Illinois full time for 25 years. This reform slate, this NRA election is important to take it back and turn it into the juggernaut. If you want to see Giffords and company cry, if you want to see David Hogg with his panties wedged in a knot, if you want to see every town and the illegal mayors group sit there and just blow a gasket and watch Bloomberg pop off and and go into an apoplectic fit, vote for 28. Now, in the past, I would have said bullet vote, vote for me, vote for John, whatever. This time, you need to vote for all 28 people. If you don't vote for the 28 people that are on our slate, then you give the people that let Wayne get away with what he did, with no oversight, and neutered the NRA, then you give them the ability to get in. So I'll post the links and everything down below, and I really hope and ask for your support in this upcoming NRA election, because I think it will give us the tools to turn around. Just think. I think we can do more and better litigation, and we can do better in elections. Think $100 million that was squandered on Brewer, half of that, 200, and if we had put that into litigation up front, and what we can accomplish with that. So I'm asking for your support. I'm asking to share this around on your social media. Share it around with your friends, your gun clubs. Let them know about this reform slate of 28 candidates looking to turn the NRA around, pull its head out of its fourth point of contact. And really, I'd really appreciate your support on this. I think this is a worthwhile cause that we can really, really turn this into the 800-pound gorilla, the juggernaut that the anti-gunners have truly feared. I think we can show them, hey, you helped get Wayne out of here because you helped the members see the light on what was going on and how certain people were enriching their pockets at the expense of the members of the NRA and at the expense of the Second Amendment. And now that, we've swept out the House, now we can sit down and elect a true group of candidates who just want to get in there and drive a stake through the heart of gun control. So please, links below. We'll really appreciate everything. I'll have some more reports coming from SHOT Show this week and everything. We'll keep our eyes open on what the Supreme Court is going to do. I have some thoughts on that. Just been a little hectic around here as we're getting ready for a bunch of stuff. But as always, please like, subscribe, copy, paste, share this thing around. I appreciate your vote for the board of directors for the NRA, as well as the vote for my friends John Richardson and Therese Samsley and the others, and all 28 of the slate. So with that, as always, frag out.